Hey, it's Jennifer J. We are back for another systems training. So, today we're going to talk about workflows, automations, email automations, and text automations. So, what are automations? Automations are the step by step processes that we put together to nurture people through our system, right? So, when you think of automations, you think of a train and think of the different parts of the train. It's all connected together. And so that's what we're going to set up today is your automations or workflows or sequences. Those are used in the industry. So you'll hear either one of them depending on what system you're using. So we are using Go High Level, and if you would like Go High Level, you can click below and get you a 14-day trial, and you can try it out and see how you like it. So let's hop on over here into the system and get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the automation menu. So in automations, that is where all of the workflows are held. And as you see in my system, I have them in folders because in high level, you can put your things in folders, which I highly recommend because as you build out your business and as you continue to market, you're going to have multiple workflows that are attached. So, what we want to do is we want to set up a workflow. Now, what are the use cases? You will set up a workflow if someone purchases a product from you, if someone purchases a service, if someone opts in and says, "Hey, I would like more information." You don't want to just send them one email or one text message and that's it. You want to continue and build a relationship. So think of these workflows as networking relationship builders. Okay. So in this system, we're going to start with creating a folder. So let's just say we're creating a folder and I've been talking about lead magnets because that's where most people need to start. So I'm going to say lead magnet. So we can use this for our offers as well. If you're charging, it will be the same concept. All right, so we're going to do lead magnet offer. And for you, it would be best that you name this for the offer you're creating the folder for. So I'm going to click on save. Okay, you know what? I'm going to do this because I have these emails ready. So I'm going to say strategic system growth plan. All right, that's what I'm creating my folder for. So as you see, I have multiple folders and it's on the other menu. So I'm gonna go over here, click into my folder, and I'm gonna click on create workflow. When you click on create workflow, it gives you recipes or templates that you can use. You could play with those if you would like, but I'm going to use the start from scratch and then click on create new workflow. Now, when we create new workflow, we always name it. That should be the first thing. Name and save. Name and save. Name and save. Okay. So strategic system plan, and I'm going to say confirmation. No, I'm going to say nurture. This is a nurture. All right. So on our landing page, hopefully we have and you have set up your opt in where they can opt in. So in this use case, we're going to set this up where someone opted in, but they didn't take the offer. Right, or they downloaded. So for my strategic system plan, I have where they can download the packet. But when they download the packet, I don't want to just leave them with that packet. I want to keep telling them why they should buy, right? So, what we're going to do is we're going to always tag first. So, I'm going to click on the plus button. When I click on the plus button, it opens up the menu on the right hand side of all the options I have. So what we're going to do is add a tag. A tag is just a label. So we're going to label anyone who comes through here with this. So I'm going to label them strategic system plan, and I'm going to put opt in. Now, I know you're wondering, like, that's mad long. It is mad long, but it is mad simple, and I know exactly what it is. So when you get to creating and you have all the things in here, you will not remember what each tag means. So don't try to be secretive with what you're creating, because you will get back in the system and not know what in the heck anything is. Trust me, I know. So we also not only label it, but we also name it so that you know when you look at this exactly what it is. So I'm going to recreate that. And sometimes the character field may tell you have too many characters, but if so, just truncate it down. Okay. Now we're going to click on save in the corner. Remember, continue to save throughout the system. Every time you do something, save. All right. Next, I'm going to send an email. So my email, I'm going to click on the plus sign and then click on send email. When I click on send email, it's going to open up my email builder on the side. So I already have my emails already written out because I used Chat GPT. Okay, so let's just say this is my confirmation email. I don't have that one. So this is the confirmation email, and then I would tell them grab your download here, and I would use a custom value. If you do not know what a custom value is, then let's see, let's find one. We'll use the three loopholes. Then go to the custom values video and watch how to use custom values in the system. Okay, so we're gonna say that's cool. I'm gonna just say congratulations here. All right, and then I'm gonna hit save and save. So now we have our confirmation email. Now, if you want to send a text, you can send a text as well. So I'm going to click on the plus sign and I'm going to hit send SMS. So with send SMS, you want to make sure that your character length is 160 characters or less, unless you have budgeted for whatever this amount is going to be, because most systems, and please check with your systems provider, most systems charge you over 160 characters per text, and it can get pricey and it can rack up a bill quickly, so use it sparingly. So I'm gonna just text congratulations, we emailed you your download, please check, blah, 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 blah. And then I'll just put the location name. So I'll use my custom value and I am going to go to user, and then I'm going to go to scroll. Where is it? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I want a custom value. Oh, I'm sorry. Account. Duh. So account and then name. All right. So account and name, and then save. Save on there, and then save on the in the top right hand corner, click save. So now we have a basic workflow. Now we haven't attached it, right? So the way that you attach it is to add a workflow trigger. So the trigger is just the action that happened that should result in someone coming in here. So my workflow trigger is going to be a form. They completed a form. So that form can be a order form, or it can be a regular form, a opt-in form. So I'm going to click on add trigger again. It's going to open up all of the options that I have. So on the add new workflow trigger, we're going to say a form was submitted. So the form was submitted, and we're going to tell it what form in what place. So if you click on add filters, it's going to give you this drop down where you can select the drop down and tell it which form. So the form is, and then I did the loopholes because I don't have this one in there, I don't think. Okay, let's just say the three loopholes. So the form is the three loopholes opt-in form. And then you just, well, let's number one. Let's name it. I'm gonna say three loopholes forms. Okay, and then save trigger and then save in the top right hand corner. So now, anytime anybody submits that form, they're going to come into the system and they're going to get this, they're going to get tagged, and then they're going to get this confirmation. So one thing that's very, very, very important is that you continue to be strategic. Now, the goal of this is for people to book a strategic systems plan, which is just a systems audit. But I want to tell the system, listen, give them a minute, but I need you to check to see if they've purchased this item. So the way that we do that is with these labels, right? So on the purchase workflow, there's going to be a label just like this one. So if they go purchase, it's going to purchase. It's going to say strategic system plan, and then instead of opt-in, it's going to say purchase. And so what we want to do is tell the system, listen, look to see if they purchased first. If they didn't, then allow them to continue. So that's what I'm going to set up now. So I clicked my plus, it opened up my settings. I'm going to scroll down to the wait step, and I'm going to tell it to wait. I want it to wait 60 minutes. That's not a lot of time. I technically would give them probably about 2 or 3 hours. Let's just say 3 hours. Let's give them 3 hours. 3 hours, and then I'm gonna have them check. I'm gonna have the system check. Okay, so 3 hours. Now, after it waits 3 hours, the next step I want the system to do is to check to see if they've purchased. So I'm gonna select the if else option, and that's going to bring us to this condition. So the condition where this says branch, you want to turn that into yes. It's weird, I know, just roll with it. Okay. And then in the segment, we're going to tell what condition are we looking for that will yield a positive result. So we're going to say select, and we're going to say contact details. And the contact detail I'm looking for is a tag. So I'm going to say tag. And then I'm going to say tag includes, and then select. Now this tag is not created, so I am going to create it here. So I'm going to say strategic system plan, if I can spell, purchased. Okay. All right. And so then I'm going to click add tag. And now this is the tag that the system is going to look for. So where it says condition, I like to put my question so that I know what that condition is looking for. So I'm going to type here, did lead, because anybody who came through here is a lead. Did lead purchase a plan, right? Bam. Did they? Now I'm going to click save action at the bottom, in the bottom right hand corner. And then I'm going to click save in the top right hand corner. So now we have our condition. Did the lead purchase the plan? So if they purchase the plan, which is the yes, and no, you cannot change this color. So I know people ask me that all the time. Don't worry about the color, worry about the function. Yes, they did purchase the plan. I'm going to leave this because this flag means to end this workflow. If they did not purchase the plan, I am going to send them an email. And the email I'm going to send them is from my chat GPT. I'm just saying, if you are not using AI, you are causing yourself a lot of problems. Okay. Unless you're a copywriter, then right on, because I can't. All right. So always put their first name and use the custom values to do it. And that'll fill their first name in. And here is my email, right? Copy and paste, and then we copy and paste it. So I do this like this because it's conversational. So when they look at it, they're going to see their name and it's going to say, "Are you feeling frustrated?" That's the first thing they're going to see in that little window. So they'll open that. And then I'll keep going, blah 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 blah. Okay, I'll tell them to get my plan, and I'll add the custom value for that, and then I'll hit save. All right, save. So now it's going to send them this email. So I'm not going to build this out, but I'm going to show you how to do it easy. So the way that you do it to keep it going. So my strategy for this would be that of an abandoned cart. I want to hit them 7 times until they purchase. So I'm going to keep building this out, but I'm going to wait 1 day in between after that initial email after they downloaded this. Now, if this was just a lead magnet, I wouldn't wait 3 hours, but this is a packet of information that someone has to go through. So, what we're going to do to make this easy is to copy right here. We're going to click on the 3 dots and we're going to click on copy all actions from here. And then we're going to scroll down, and where it says copy here, under the email, we're going to click paste. So now it copied that whole structure. You don't have to keep building it out. And then you just change this. So this will be now wait 1 day. Now, here's one thing that I do to make sure that it goes out at a decent time, because if somebody is up at 4 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning, it's going to wait 3 hours and send them this this email, and then the next step I'm telling it is to wait 1 day. So that means it will send it at whatever time 3 hours from now is on that same day. So I'm gonna correct that here by turning on the advanced window. I'm gonna select every day, and I'm going to tell it, listen, and this is not time. We'll have to make sure it goes out at a specific time. We just want to make sure it goes out at a decent time. So we can leave it here and say, look, send this on this day between this time, between 9 and 5. Or I could say, listen, send it between 9 and 11, or 9 and 10. Or I can select an exact time from right here and say, look, now I want you to send this at the same time every day. So usually that's what I do. I set this to like 10 o'clock, but it also depends on your audience, because sometimes I notice that my audience is more active like right in the morning. That's PM, sorry. Right in the morning. So I send it at like 6 or 7 o'clock. But again, you have to be in tune with your audience to know. So after we set that, we're going to click on save. Wait. I always do this. Wait 1 day. I put what time I set this for 10 a.m. And my system is in Eastern Standard. So I'm gonna click save. So now 10 a.m. is in save, is going to send it at 10 a.m. Now what I'm going to do is definitely change out this email for the next email, but I want to show you the next step. So the next step is to copy this. We're going to copy all the actions. We're going to place it right up under that second email. Okay, so I clicked too much. All right, copy all actions and place it right here. Okay, now see how this says wait 1 day at 10 o'clock, wait 1 day at 10 o'clock, and now we could keep this going. This doesn't necessarily have to say at 10. This can now just say wait 1 day, because it's going to be 1 day from this, the previous steps time. And then we never have to change the condition because we already set it. The only thing at this point we need to change out are the emails, and make sure that you name them. So the way I name the emails is based on what the email is. So if this is, I will put this title in there. I would say email maximizing your business potential. So I do that so you know which email, because please trust me, it gets very confusing when you have multiple steps like this and you're on the screen here, you don't know where you are. So come up with something that'll help you to identify where you are, and if you've in fact changed out whatever it is that you want to change out. I have even gone as much as putting emojis in here so that I know that I changed that email out the way that I wanted to change it out. And so once you have your workflow, click on save at the top and test it, please. And you test it by going to this whatever this trigger was. So you would go to the page with this form and you will run a test to make sure that this is firing off that the way you want to fire it off. You can also click on test workflow. When you click on test workflow, I can select any one of myself in here. You can select yourself, and then it will run a test. So when you click on run test, now it's testing the system. And the way you can see where what's going on with this particular automation is in the history tab. So if we look in the history tab, anything that came through, it would show you what happened, what step they're on, if it was skipped, if it was executed, all of those things. And then you can trigger on the action types, and you can trigger on the statuses. So if you want to look at, well, we had a lot of failed, why did they fail? You can trigger on the failed statuses so that you can troubleshoot that and understand what's going on. And then once you're satisfied with your workflow, it's working properly, now you can publish it. So when you click on publish, you want to just click on save, and now it's published. Also, you're able to see in the system that I'm testing, right? So it's showing that I'm waiting here. I came through here and now I'm waiting. Let me see if it populated me. There we go. So here is what it looks like when you're looking at the history. And let's just say you wanted to understand, like maybe if this said failed, you would click on more details and it would give you this statistic why it failed. Like, look, I had a boo-boo number in there. So this is why it failed. So my text message didn't go out, it failed. So that shows you why it failed. And in a minute, that's gonna change to failed. It executed it, but it didn't receive the bounce back yet. So when it bounced back, it'll say failed and it'll be red when it catches up. And that is it. That is how you create a workflow, a automation, a sequence. And these concepts work no matter what system you are using. Again, we are using Go High Level to show you these methodologies because that is the system we use.